This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Holiday shopping can frazzle the brain. Shoppers are trying to remember gift lists. Then they have bags on top of bags to carry around. Now, personal safety at the mall and in the parking lot is the last thing on most people's minds, but it should truly be top of their mind. Now, this morning we have Twyla Schuler, a certified Cobra self-defense instructor, to go over some safety tips to keep in mind this holiday season. How are you doing today?
Doing good, thanks.
So first of all, what are some of the main things that we need to keep in mind when we're out in public and shopping? And I know that this time of year it starts getting busier at local stores and even at the bigger places like malls and parking garages.
Right. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that criminals are looking for opportunity.
Okay.
So to minimize that, we have to always be aware of time, the place, and the method of attack. So obviously they're going to be out looking for people who have valuables, people who are easy targets. So those are the things we have to keep in mind, minimizing those risks. For ladies, is always carrying the purse across her chest, not leaving it loose and open, especially in the cart. I've seen that a lot where the cell phones, the wallets, everything are exposed, and that's such a simple target right there.
People just walk by and can
exactly
just pick it up.
Sure, she's turning her back to get things off the aisle or off the shelves, and there it is, it's gone. And she cannot rely on her kids, a little toddler, anybody sitting in the cart to keep watch over that. Another thing is when they're paying for their items at the counter is to make sure they take the cash or the credit card out at last second. Sometimes people behind them could be looking over their shoulder, and that exposes what they have with them, any kind of extra cash they might have on them. That's not a good idea.
Right.
Always when you're, if you're going family shopping, try to let the family know a meeting spot. Never let younger children out of your eye because it's so easy to get lost into the crowd. So they need to know a place of reference to go to in case that does happen to them. So also teach them who they can go to, the people that wear the vest, the smiley faces on the back, the badge, security guards, things like that. For at home, there's oftentimes when people will come to the door asking for charity. A lot of times they have the right intentions, sometimes not. And at those times, they might be scouting out the house looking for things that might be under the Christmas tree, looking for the layout of the house in case they plan a later break-in. Along with that note is after Christmas Day, once people have opened their gifts, a lot of times they might lay out the boxes right on the driveway for the garbage man to pick up, and that gives the bad guy the perfect opportunity to see what you probably have in that house that they want to come after. Those are a few to get started. There are so many things to, like I say, the time, the place, the method of attack are the things that the Cobra is big on, meaning the time women walking to parking lots, from parking lots to the car.
Well, let's talk about that really quickly, because I know that there has been instances where, you're in a crowded parking garage or parking lot, but you might park a little far away from the opening of the store, or it might get a little darker, the light might blow out, and that could be a perfect opportunity. So what are some ways to defend ourselves if we're in that situation?
Right. A lot of it we call command presence. It's always making sure you are aware of your surroundings. If somebody does come up between you, I like to say keep your groceries keep your bags in the cart, so that way you have that between you and the bad guy. That creates a little bit more distance, and that's always the safest thing, is make sure there's that space there between you and anybody else. Be aware of anybody who might be walking up to you that you don't even know. If you get that feeling, flee. Don't stick around to see if they need help or anything like that. A lot of times we might feel bad not helping somebody, but we never want to take that chance and put ourselves in harm's way. And definitely keep the kids close by.
And like you said, just be on high alert. Don't text on your phone while you're walking to your car. Maybe have your car key ready. Or I know that a lot of cars these days have the automatic locks, but for some, you still have to physically unlock the door. So instead of fumbling in your purse or anything like that. Now, what if somebody were to come behind you from behind? What should we do in that instance?
Well, obviously we want to be able to have our hands free. So that's important. Why you made the point, making sure as far as having the groceries, we don't want to have our hands all cluttered with things to where we can't defend ourselves. If they try to grab us and remove us from the situation, we have to fight with everything we have in us. Sometimes I've even heard of taking things from the grocery cart and throwing it at him or hitting him with that. If he comes up and gives us, a bear hug, there's things that we want to try to use our elbows, our fists, headbutts, anything we can. And it's always a good idea to use the buddy system because that eliminates, know, being alone in that isolation, which the criminal is looking for.
Yeah. All right. Now, really quickly, because we are running out of time, you do have a new location where you do teach self-defense classes, not only for adults, but for kids as well.
Yes.
So talk about that really quickly.
Well, we just opened a Cobra Academy here in Kirksville. It's at 1918 North Baltimore. And we teach the kids the same thing, and we do it with constant scenario training so that they can go through the possible things that could happen to them. So that way, they already have it in their mind. They've been through it in a simulation type safe environment where it's a lot of fun, and they can recall it a lot easier if something should happen to them. And yes, it's for men, women, and children.
Okay.
We do the adults together, we do kids separately, and then we also do family training.
Okay, perfect. So what we'll do to make it easier for all our viewers out there watching right now is we'll post everything on our website at ktvo.com. Thank you so much, Twyla, for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.